Alrighty, everyone. So what's going on? Phil here with a little impromptu chill stream because we finished an indie game tonight on the late night chill indie stream. It was called A Game About Digging a Hole, and it was fun. The ending was weird and quirky. It was a fun game. Check out the playthrough; it'll be live tonight. And we actually spent about a half an hour looking at future potential games, and we wish listed quite a bunch of them, but we just didn't have time to play them. So I said, all right, let's save these for future indie nights. All right. But in the meantime, now we're just going to relax for a little bit and have a little bit of like chill Q&A and hangout session. So let's see what everyone wants to talk about here tonight. And we're actually very close to hitting our goal. It'd be great if we hit our funding goal tonight since we are so close. Okay. So what's on everyone's mind? What would you guys like to chat about tonight? If you have something to talk about, please tag me in the chat and let's see what everyone wants to chill about. And every question, I will alternate cameras. That's what I will do. I will alternate cameras each question. How does that sound? Sounds like a plan, right? Okay, so here we go. First question. Did I check out The Thing? It got remastered. I know of The Thing video game. I never played it. I know it came out, but it came out at a time when there was a lot of other games out. So I actually didn't really look into it, and no one really asked for it after. If people were interested in it at some point, yes, I would check it out, but hasn't really been in demand recently. Okay? Okay. The Friendly Gremlin asks, I can't make out that thing in your background. Can you tell me what it is? This is soundproofing memory foam. Soundproofing phone from Elgato. That's what this is on the back wall. Is that what you're talking about? What are you talking about, Friendly Gremlin? You have to be more clear. I have no idea what you're speaking of. Are you talking about back here? Replica microphone? My Divum Pixu 64 frame? My crown? I'm not sure what you mean. So if you can clarify, let me know. The 6-colored thing leaning in the background next to the Legos. Oh, the pin set. Sure, hold on. I showed this off at the very beginning of the month. This is a Nintendo pin set of Super Mario Brothers, featuring characters, power-ups, and all kinds of things from the original game. It is an exclusive Club Nintendo reward from 2011, so it's 14 years old. The only way you could get this is if you bought so many Nintendo products in the year of 2011 and you saved up all of your Club Nintendo points. At the end of the year, they would give you a ginormous reward, okay? And this was the reward that they gave me. So as you can see, you got Mario, you've got the Goomba, the coin, the beetle, I forget what it's called, Hammer Brother, Luigi, the turtle. You've got these, what's the name of the spiny dude? I forget his name. Cheap Bullet Bill, the squid dude, Lakitu, Toad, the power-up mushroom, the one-up mushroom, the flying turtle, the turtle shell, the star power-up, the fire flower power-up, and the piranha plant. There you go. And it's a deluxe pin set that is, it's in the collector's like packaging here. Okay. And that's it. They never sold it. It was only for people who were part of Club Nintendo. It was the only way you could get it. Even look, it has a little look, Mario going up the flag on one side. It's pretty darn neat. Mario and Friends pin badges, official Club Nintendo collection. I have absolutely no idea if it has any value, but it was never sold. So it really is kind of a neat knick-knack collectible from back in the day. And I found it in my closet, and I was like, oh, cool. I'll bring it out for this month for a background, decoration. Why not? Put it out as part of my decor for the month. So there you go. There we are. Perfect. Okay. Did I ever see the Chucky movies? I saw a few of them. I haven't seen all of them, but I saw a few of them. Why would Neil Druckmann not do a Last of Us 3 and make that goofy space game that's going to flop? Because Neil Druckmann is not a good game director. I don't know why people can't figure this out. The games that he's associated with that were hits, he didn't actually direct or really were in charge of. You're talking about Uncharted. That wasn't him. That was Amy Hennig, right? And then she quit. And then he had to scurry to make the Uncharted 4 because basically she ditched his ass because she didn't want to do anything with him anymore. Like she hated his guts, basically, And then you had all the other games that he made, like Last of Us 1, he did not make. He claims he did, but why is The Last of Us 1 and 2 so dramatically different in tone and direction and writing? It's obvious he didn't write it. So I feel like Last of Us 3, if it came out, it would flop. I think this new game he's making is going to flop. And I think Last of Us Season 2 is going to flop. Because again, like I said on the podcast this morning, public opinion has flipped. At one point, 5+ years ago, the whole left, liberal, woke ideology was mainstream popular. All the movies were going towards it, TV was going towards it, everything. Now, we have seen a flip of the coin. We have seen a turning of the pendulum. It's gone the other way. And now we've got Trump in power. We got worldwide. Conservatives are becoming more powerful. It's a flip of society. This happens all the time. Every 5 to 10 years, you see a big flip culturally in the world. So his time is over. His time to push his agendas and make that his games about that is over. There's no one who's going to run out and buy his game now because he has, progressive themes. No one cares about that anymore. We just want good games. Okay. Um, that's true. The Switch 2 Direct is almost upon us, is it not? When is it? When is the Switch 2 Direct? 4/2, 4/4? I'm excited for it. I want to see what they have in store for us. And I really hope for once the console will be powerful enough to kind of hang. I don't know if it will, but I want to see Mario and Zelda and Mario Kart running at great graphics for once. Because now I have the capability to capture and stream the great graphics. So I want them to be good. And I want to get this thing and cover it for you guys. I hope it comes out during the summer, not the fall. Hope it comes out during the summer. I guess we'll see. Did I ever think of putting my chat on screen for when I do a Q&A session? I could do it. It's simple. I could do it right now. I've showed you guys before. I know how to screen capture. I could toss it on screen right now. The problem is if I were to do that, immediately trolls would join my chat with these stupid sock accounts and start saying nasty things so they get attention on the stream. So that's why I don't. Same reason why I don't have text to speech. Same reason why there's no messages in the pop-ups. Did you notice that? That the pop-ups have names but no messages? Because we've tried it all, and the trolls always try to take it over, and there's no point in giving them power. So that's why I don't do it that way. Excuse me. I received a $2 tip from Chocoboko. I understand what you're saying. Doom is coming soon. I'm looking forward to that. I'll still send it anyways since you like Proteus, and it's nice to have it. Hey, I would accept it. Proteus looked like a great game to me, and I totally wanted to play it, and we just never got around to it. And then by the time I wanted to, it was off Game Pass. So I would gladly accept that gift. Guys, we're at $96 of support. We got about 15 minutes left on the stream. So if you want to help me hit my goal and get us closer to our very fun Five Nights at Freddy's torture marathon next week, please support the stream. I mean, we are such a big chunk towards the goal. Let's not let it slip by and slip through our fingers tonight. Okay? Niano Live, we talked about this, about possibly having this camera look at my joystick to have me show my inputs when I play fighting games. The problem is if I do that, I don't have a face cam because this is currently my face cam too. So do you just want to stare at inputs the whole stream or do you actually want to see me react? Right now, it seems like people are more apt to care about reacting. Not many people who actually watch me do fighting games are apt at the technical aspects of it to see my inputs and judge them. Most people who want to see it are dumbass trolls who think they know anything and don't, but they'll try to microanalyze it and then they'll actually act like they know something, even though they don't. But, I don't really think it would serve much of a purpose. If I had 3 cameras, so we could do a face cam here and the joystick, yes, but I'm already having issues just having 2 cameras work. So I don't think that the 3 cameras is really a good idea, just being honest. There was a question over here about tournaments, but I missed it. What's Kat currently playing? She's been playing Zoo Simulators. She played Zoo Tycoon, and now I think she's playing the other one, which is like Planet Zoo. She's been trying to get into like different simulator games that are like chill fun because she really likes animals. So she's trying to do stuff like that right now because there's really nothing else out that interests her. Dumpy Koala asks, your first fighting game tournament back in the day, what got me into it? Actually, I'll try to abridge the story. I've told this story before at length, but it's a long story. So back in the day, I used to go to a local arcade, and there was a lot of people there who were my regular friends and rivals and stuff. But there was a kid there whose name is T. Carter, and he was always better than me. Okay, we were close in skill level, but he was always just an edge above. As he started to get older, he started to travel and go to tournaments while I never aspired to do anything like that. I didn't even really know about the tournament scene. I only knew about playing locally at my local arcade. So he started traveling with other people, notably someone else whose name was Scott, who was much older than us. We were young teenagers, but he was like almost, in his 20s, early 30s, but he was heavily into competitive Street Fighter. He knew the top players. He would travel and go to these tournaments and, kind of share hotel rooms and we would play Super Turbo and everyone knew him. So he got T into going to tournaments. And then later on, T was trying to convince me to go to tournaments. He was like, dude, you've totally got to go because it's fun and you meet all these people from all over the country or whatever. So finally, in the late 90s, I kind of made the decision that I was going to probably start going to tournaments. And then T. Carter lost his life. And it was really traumatic to everyone in the community in Connecticut. It was murder. And eventually I kind of said, I want to see what it was that he had been talking about for so long. I never really had any aspirations to be a good tournament player, but he had just, you could see when he talked about being in a tournament, the passion in his eyes, how he was like a spark lit in him. And it was more than just playing the games at a local arcade, but instead like made him feel like it was some meaning to all the work that we had put into learning these games. And so because of that, I decided to start traveling. And when I did, I totally understood. I was like, wow, meeting people from all over the planet, quite frankly. All walks of life, different cultures, different backgrounds, but we all have a commonality of a desire to play this game competitively and to learn different strategies and to share in each other's life experiences. It was really cool. At the end of the day, win, lose, or draw, to shake your opponent's hand and say, good game, pretty interesting stuff. I'll just say that. So honestly, that's what got me into it. It wasn't like I had heard about top players and I wanted to be like them, or I aspired to be a tournament winner and it was going to change my life. It was actually just my friend at the local arcade who told me about it. And I said, I want to check it out for myself because of the word of mouth. And when he passed away, it kind of inspired me to go that extra step and go actually start checking out tournaments to see what it was all about. How do I think RGG should handle Kiryu after the ending of Infinite Wealth? I don't know because they really retconned the whole spin-off game. I mean, literally, Infinite Wealth completely undoes the entire plot of Yakuza, the man with no name, or whatever it's called, as if the game definitely didn't matter at all, right? So I don't know what they're going to do, actually. I really have no clue. Um, I feel like they can't kill Kiryu. Kiryu is like their biggest guy. Yes, they now have Ichiban, but I feel like Kiryu still is their top guy. And now they kind of have two. And now that the whole Lost Judgment thing is happening, and it looks like Judgment may not continue as a series, they're kind of back to the drawing board with only one franchise again. I think that he's going to be around for a long time, even though it looked like that was going to be the end of him. I think they're going to basically retcon the whole thing. Yeah, they are. They are. That's correct, Dark Maggot. They're starting a new IP that's going to be in a different era, right? It's the past. It's supposed to be like more medieval Japan, and it looks like it could be interesting because it's not the same characters and everything, right? All right, guys. Last 10 minutes. So last chance. Tag me in the chat if you have some questions, and last chance if you want to support and have us hit this goal tonight and get to 43 and be on our way towards our goal of this marathon of Five Nights at Freddy's. It would be great if we hit it tonight. It's not the end of the world if we don't, but man, we already got this far with only around 50 to go. It would make sense to hit it. So if anyone was holding off or waiting, now would be the time to contribute. And thank you to everyone who has already. Can I name the 5 power rings from Captain Planet? Uh, Earth, fire, wind, water, and heart. And that was Mati. No, it was Kwame. Let me see. Earth was Kwame. Fire was Wheeler. Wind was, dang, I forgot her name. The Russian girl. Water was the Asian girl. And heart was Mati. I forgot their girls' names for some reason. I don't do react streams anymore. No, I don't. We stopped doing the mime resolution. We did them for 2 straight years. And basically, people got real tired of them. Then I tried to do a long form react. People didn't like that either. So I said, I do still react to content, but usually it's just me reacting to like game trailers or something quick on my podcast. And I don't do a full time show of it anymore. Lala Full of Light, here's the deal. With new games like this, like he's asking, if I didn't play Monster Hunter Wilds because it looked like it didn't work with my audience now, would I play it later when things calm down? You got to strike these games when the iron is hot. If I was going to play Monster Hunter Wilds, it had to be at the launch of Monster Hunter Wilds. Playing it 6 months after, no one's going to give 2 shits. At least if I played it at launch, I'd get a few people who are interested because it's a new release. But I tried the demo. It didn't work. No exaggeration. Tonight, I've had more attendance, more engagement, and more support than I did during the Monster Hunter demo. And I played a game about digging holes and just chilled with you guys. So there's just certain games that don't work for my streams. Sadly, Monster Hunter is one of them. I guess my audience has some kind of a weird bias against it. Don't ask me why, but I can't make people like Monster Hunter even if I do. There's nothing I can really do about it. Yes, I've been to a casino before, several times. Sometimes for gambling, sometimes just because I was in Vegas for Evo. Yes, we've watched trailers of South of Midnight coming to Game Pass, and I am interested in it, and I will be giving it a shot. Hopefully, it's a good game that is worth everyone's time. No plans on playing Zelda's Echoes of Wisdom. No, we were going to play it in the fall. I was mentioning it to everyone, and people were kind of like not very into it. And so I said, well, let's skip it and let's see what everyone has to say after it's out for like a week, and maybe people want it then. And no one mentioned it. So I totally would have played it. Yes, I'll be drinking during the 50 Goals Marathon. He says you should get some Guinness. When is St. Patrick's Day? I have no idea. What is the date of St. Patrick's Day? Let's see. 17th. Monday the 17th is the date of St. Patrick's Day. Well, we're likely going to be doing the marathon way before then. If you look at the dates, right? So right now we're at 42 goals hit. We need 8 more. We may hit one tonight. Again, it would be great if we did because we're so close already. It would be a shame at 96 out of 150 to not hit it when we're 2/3 of the way there already. So again, please, guys, last second, if you want to support the stream, I'm about to get out of here, okay? So we need to hit 8 more, right? And if you do the math, let's say that we hit a couple tomorrow. Let's say that we hit a couple on Friday. So that's 4. So then we need 4 more. So we could potentially do it around the middle of next week, but that's almost a whole week before St. Patrick's Day, right? So I guess we'll see. By the way, is it possible to download and install the Suikoden collection now? Because I did pre-buy it, but when I went to it, it says it's not available yet. No. I guess I'm just going to have to do it in the morning. I'm sure it's not huge. I'm sure it's not a giant game, considering it is just a remake of a classic on PS1. All right, last chance if anyone has any questions or whatever. The crown on my background is just right off of Amazon. Sadly, on Amazon, there just aren't very many good crowns. I looked, a lot of shitty ones. A lot of ones, they look good, you buy it, it's a piece of garbage. I had a crown, it looked amazing. I bought it, it was fucking cardboard. I was like, are you kidding me? It looks nothing like that in the picture, completely misrepresented. That's kind of how Amazon is, sadly. Um, that's the best one that I could find. And the thing was, I mean, could I spend more money? Sure, I could probably spend $100 on a costumer who would make me a crown, but is it really worth it? This one serves its purpose. It sits in the background. It's all good, right? Would I consider doing online gambling on a stream? At this point, probably not. I don't, any extra money that I have right now, quite frankly, should be getting saved right now because I don't really have any savings. So I should start saving, is essentially what I should do. Okay. I'm at a point now where I don't need to keep spending to upgrade my setup anymore. So now I should work, earn, save. Okay. My plan is in a few years, hopefully the economy will turn. Hopefully it's already starting in the right direction and I could do other things with my finances that will help my life situation out a lot better. Perhaps at that point, if I have some wealth and I want to work on something like that, like online gambling streams, which can be very profitable with sponsorships and the like, maybe I would look into it. It is not something that I think I'm going to be doing right now. I don't have any real money, you know what I mean, to do it. So, Bloom Kit, I really don't know or think so. I mean, we're going to have such a crazy smart guys tomorrow night covering wrestling. We're going to have so much to talk about that seriously, I don't think we're going to be talking about AEW at all, but I guess we'll see. Bug with a $5 super chat says, what would you do if you weren't a YouTuber? I have no idea. I have no idea because I don't have the flexibility to make that decision. I've been out of the job market since 2010. So I probably wouldn't get hired. You know what I'm saying? Like, typically, someone who's been out of a job market, self employed for the last 15 years, isn't going to easily be hired and thrown back into the job market. I mean, what jobs could I realistically get? Probably a retail job, which isn't nearly enough to pay my bills. So I don't know. To be frank with you, I think I will be doing online content like this for the rest of my life in whatever capacity that I see fit, whether it's full time, part time, whether it's doing gameplay, doing podcasting, doing commentary, doing other kinds of content. I don't know. We'll see. But I think this is where I'm meant to be. I've been doing it now for 14 years as a job, the longest job certainly I've ever had, and I think I'm good at it. I've been multiple platforms, successful on every one that I've ever been on. So I think it works. Have a good night, Jade. Am I interested in doing a randomizer of old games like Link to the Past or others? Yes. We talked about this. Perhaps I would do some modded randomizers of games now that apparently they're able to be done on PC. Of course, you probably want to do it with games where it's like legit, not or ROM that I got, and then people could get you in trouble. You have to understand something. What works for thee does not necessarily work for me. Because when you do something, if you were to play a Zelda randomizer on a stream right now, no one would care. The moment that I'm going to do a Zelda randomizer, guys, these motherfuckers would be reporting me to Nintendo of America saying, are you aware there's a streamer who's streaming an emulated ROM that obviously he doesn't own on his stream? They'd be contacting YouTube to try to hit me with copyright strikes. These people are fucking nuts, okay? So sadly, I don't get the flexibility to do things like everyone else. Just like people say, why don't you play on Fightcade to play people in old school Street Fighter? Well, anyone else who plays on Fightcade is totally fine, but if I play on Fightcade, some motherfucker will use an IP sniffer to find out my IP address and then destroy my business and hit me with DDoS attacks and all kinds of fucked up stuff. That's just how it is for me. And it sucks. I wish it wasn't. I wish I had the same abilities as everyone else, but I don't. So that's just the case. And, would I like to do randomizers? Sure, but we'd have to find a way. Like maybe Dark Souls randomizer, right? Something like that. So that, it's going to be more safe. But Nintendo, I don't know. I just don't know. I received a $10 tip. Any good life advice for people getting into online content creation? I've told the same advice literally for the last 15 years, and I'm going to stick with it because I think it's the best advice I'm ever going to be able to give, all right? If you're going to get into online content creation, here is my recommendation when you're getting started. Pick a topic of something that you absolutely have passion for, something that's meaningful to you, something that you love, and something that you're going to feel like you're getting something out of by sharing with others. Okay? Because two reasons why you want to do that. Number one, if you're doing content of something you're actually passionate for, you will have that come through in the content, as opposed to someone who's like, I just want to be an online content creator, so I'm going to do the grind. I'm going to grind a game. I'm going to grind the vlogging. I'm going to grind the influencer lifestyle and grind this and grind that. The grind mentality already means you're treating it like a job and you don't have passion. You just care about the grind for money. And I don't believe in that. I do believe in hard work, but I believe that you should have a passion for what you're doing. Because if you do, people will look at that and say, that's a person that's doing it because it has meaning to them, because they get something good out of it. Maybe they have expertise they want to share. Maybe they have a story that they feel other people can benefit from. Maybe they have a unique insight to share to help others. Maybe they have experience that they want to pass on to the world. Whatever it may be, that passion, as it gets passed on to others, is going to show and feel different than someone who's just doing it for the sake of making a paycheck. And that might result in people actually having a connection with you and actually liking your content. And the other half of it is, if you have a passion for what you're creating, for the kind of content you're making, even if it doesn't work, let's say you're streaming and you work for 2 months on it and you can't get more than 5 viewers, it won't matter, because you won't feel like you wasted your time, because you had passion for it and you enjoyed doing it anyway. When I started on YouTube, I never expected in my wildest dreams that I was going to get thousands of viewers, that I was going to make a living doing it, getting signed by a big corporation that was going to back me, getting flown out to E3, getting promotion, that I was going to make, big bucks, and it was going to become, I was going to be a live streamer. I was going to have an entire ecosystem based around me of people making content. Never. I said, I like video games. I just want to dick around and make jokes when I play video games. I'm not even going to take it seriously. I'm just going to have a few drinks. But I think people will see how much I like games if I just shoot the shit and make fun of them and kind of, go crazy with it. And it worked. Within a few months of me making these videos, people loved it. People absolutely loved it, and it blew up. And then I was able, completely inadvertently, to turn it into my job at a time when my job didn't exist anymore because my company was downsizing and they laid me off. So if I didn't have this as the backup, I would have been screwed, right? But I feel like too many people today are now looking at the online content creator influencer lifestyle as, that's what I want to do because I don't want to get a 9-to-5 job because that's boring. I want to be an e-celebrity and I just want to jump right into it and make money. That's probably the worst mentality you can have, because it means you're literally starting on the wrong foot, making it a dependency thing on money production rather than actually making content that you feel is meaningful to the world. And that's a problem. There's tons of people out there who will disagree with me and say, no, it's just about getting the bag. It's just about making the views, whatever. For me, I always wanted to be okay with the content that I was making first and feel like it had value. And then if at the end of the day I can make a buck on it, great, a 2-for-1 deal, right? But other people disagree with me. So, I guess you have to look at different kinds of content as well. But for me, that's my philosophy. Have a passion for what you do. Make content in the realm of what you have a passion for, because people should see it, recognize it, and resonate with it. And even if it doesn't work out, you won't feel like you wasted your time because you still had a good time doing it. There you go. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. We got absolute last chance because I've got to get out of here right now. So if anyone was holding off and was gonna do that final piece of contribution, do it right now because I have to go. Okay, I'll give it like a minute. And you're welcome, Lalafell of Light. I always do, whenever I do a chill stream night, I do this because they're surprised that I answered their questions. I always answer questions like this on these nights. Dave Double H, to be quite frank, I can't answer the question. His question is, how do I feel Trump is done as president? I'll be honest with you, I'm not really even following politics. I'm not. Not. I tried a political show, it didn't really work. And it's just a whole lot of drama. and stuff to follow. And I just don't think there's a point for me to get all worked up about it at this point in my life. Maybe I will eventually when I get older. Maybe I will give it another shot. But for now, I'm kind of like tapped out on it. So, okay. No, I'm not. I like cigars, but I've only smoked them like twice ever in my life. I haven't had one since I was like 18 years old. So I don't know anything about cigar brands or anything. All right, everyone. Well, that's going to be it. I wish you all the best. Thanks for hanging out with me for the last half an hour. Thanks for chilling with me here tonight. Next Indies night will be a little different because I'll actually have a game, like a whole stream dedicated to one game. Tonight we had to finish the last game, and then we didn't really have time for anything else. But I still had a great time, and thanks to those who hung out with me.